ladies, gentlemen, and disappointments. We are coming to you live from the Woman Caves in New York and Connecticut. My name is Leslie.
And my name is Melissa.
And we are Verbally Disastrous. Hello, everyone. This is your host, Leslie, of the Verbally Disastrous podcast, where we are on over 20 platforms and YouTube. This is a two-part, because it was so long, it's a two-part episode of all of our group sitting around on a Sunday, enjoying the cocktail of our choice. Now, for our first part of our discussion, Donna, one of our friends that's in the circle, she brings up the first topic. So let's take a listen and see what she brings up as our first suggestion. Check it out. Who got wetness on the floor over here?
I think that was
One of these savage...
I know it is. I'm sorry.
Hello, everyone. This is your host, Leslie, and I have a room full of people, and I believe we're going to talk about a variety of things. We'll start with, I'll go with my left to my right. Give a shout.
Yo.
Ooh, you gotta say who you are.
Yo, I'm Jay Honey on YouTube. Go check me out.
What's up? It's Tom. It's TSW 000H23 on YouTube.
Hi, I'm Donna. I have no YouTube and no Instagram, but I'm really fun. I'm Melissa. You heard me before. I'm with Leslie.
And of course, this is Leslie.
I think our first topic is
Yeah, let's go
the
with
drinking culture and
The drinking
ages
culture.
and how you learn how to drink. I think
Yeah.
that's our topic.
Tom, how do you learn how to drink?
By getting way too fucked up and then not doing it next time.
How do you learn how to not puke? Like, how do you, in a younger age,
You gotta bring your expert witness,
control
John, in.
yourself
Just like
you
that.
learn,
Just
you puke and then you learn better?
you find out your limits. You get a little too schwazy. Things start seeing triple, and then you're like, let me not do that next time. Did I mix Jim Beam with tequila last night?
No.
Maybe let me not do that next time.
Yeah, that's savage.
Definitely not a good plan.
Yeah.
Savagery. Jim Beam and...
You gotta remember the meme, beer before liquor, never sicker.
What's the old adage?
Beer before liquor, never sicker. So you wanna go shot and then a beer.
Before beer, you're in the clear.
Oh, wait.
got the other hand,
Go
yeah.
ahead. Let her know.
Liquor before beer, you're in the clear.
There you go. And this is something
Spoken like professionals here.
you don't really know, but you learn. You learn as you grow up, and you learn from your surroundings. You learn from the mistakes your friends make, and then if you have cool enough parents, you learn from your parents' friends what's going on.
I had a sheltered life growing up and didn't know about any of the whole world of drinking until I got thrust into the military. So I always felt like, all right, when I'm a parent, I'll let my kids dabble here and there so that they learn how to control themselves so they're not submersed
Right.
into the whole world. It was
I
sex
personally think
and
it's a good
drugs
plan.
and everything, all that stuff.
And I think it's a good plan before they're 21.
Yeah. That way they
Plan
can
has
know.
to have some limits. You still
Yeah,
have
your
to be
plan
a
has to have
parent.
limits.
You can't have them doing shots, drinking all this
No,
heavy
your
alcohol.
plan has to have limits. They have to
Couple
learn.
beers, they could try it, but that's about it.
Yeah.
You still have to parent. You can't have them going nuts on you.
So
Little
now,
by little.
you guys with the dating, as a young person, as a young person, how do you feel that dating apps and different options to be able to find people is good compared to, say, now our older generation where we feel like there's so many choices, so now only a small slice of the percentage of the population is out dating, the rest of the people are hanging. How do you guys feel dating is as young folks? We got Tom and Johnny on the panel.
Let's get the youngest to go first.
State your age.
State your age, John. Because I want to see your report. John, you're the youngest, so tell me how you feel in high school.
So,
You're how old?
I'm 16.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't really been on the dating scene. I don't think I'm ready for that type of deal. Everyone's kind of rushing, especially at my age.
Good opinion.
I feel like I have to better my. Truth be told, I'm a fucking dickhead, and I've seen females my age, and I'm not impressed, to say the least.
Totally a good thing. It's like self-respect right there.
Especially the area we're from. I don't know how it is in other places, but especially here, I mean, they're a little crazy.
Give a broad area where you are. You're in New York.
Upstate.
Yeah, upstate New York. Not in the city, but
Not trailer park.
yeah, no, there's not a meth lab in the back, but we're definitely not on the 100 and whatever the hell street. You know,
Not
but
a metropolitan area.
exactly. I feel like I have to better myself before I can. It's a big responsibility, and
That's kind of like a really
Profound.
profound and adult opinion for a 16-year-old.
I mean, I don't know. I don't like responsibility, and I've seen.
Totally fine. You're 16.
My experience watching other people go through relationships, it looks difficult. It looks very stressful, very painful, emotionally draining.
So how do you see your friends who are dating in high school?
I mean, they're just
I mean,
assholes.
you have a strong opinion that you don't want that type of deal. How do you feel about your friends that are dating in high school and like how they get into these relationships?
I mean, I feel like it's their life if that's what they want to do. I'm one of
That's
those.
not what you want.
No, I make that very clear. That's really all I can do. I mean, if Tom, Billy, and Joe want to go mess with the old Susie over there, I mean, that's their business. They go and do that. But I feel like there's other stuff in my life that's higher on the priority list to say.
Such as?
School, my sports, thinking about college type deal, what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. Yeah.
I think that's a very wise opinion.
Again, it all goes hand in hand with focusing on myself. Especially being a dude, women look at you like, what do you have to offer? It's like, no, what do you have to offer, ma'am? M'lady, you know?
Are you dating 30-year-olds and you're calling them ma'am? I mean, if you are, it's totally fine. I just want to know the situation of the girls or boys that you want to make out with.
Well,
You just called her ma'am.
So man is supposed to be a compliment, not the
Yeah, he's being
I know.
respectful.
yeah, but
You totally respect right.
some
So it's not old. I mean,
No, it's not even a good bit.
She's
You're a good
busting your
respectful
chops
kid.
right
That's
I'm just
called
saying, like,
ball breaking.
Yes.
nah.
How about Tom? What do you feel?
Tom, how old are you?
Passing the mic.
Moving 10 years past the
10,
teenage-
10 years into the future. Tom, I'm 26. What kind of questions you guys have?
What is your dating life like? You're in a different world than he is.
Absent. Nah, I don't know. I mean,
Single.
I just got out of something, so I'm kind of thinking about myself.
Something of hollow.
3 years.
Okay.
So,
In your 20s, that's a long time.
so now it's Tommy time. Kind
It
of.
should be Tommy time
It's
all the
Tommy
time.
time.
I'm thinking about myself, what I have to do to be where I want to be in the future.
What's your vision of a perfect woman?
Oh boy. At 26,
I feel like it's kind of like they have to have certain qualities. There needs to be.
Look at the way you're going back to our
I've-
topic.
I've-
I want to ask him a question.
I've done the
Well, let
anxiety
him speak.
thing. I've done the seems like she's a good family oriented kind of thing and turns
after 3
crazy.
shots of
Is that
tequila,
what
she
you want
becomes a
at
monster.
26? Family oriented.
No, he did. He did want that. He did want someone to settle down with it. He's disappointed.
I, mean, I,
the right thing.
I don't know what to really look
You
for
think
at
it's
this
the right
point.
thing for you at 26. You want the family oriented thing? I'm just asking.
But
questions.
now I don't even know what I want. Like I used to be able to see like the kids and the marriage and all that shit in the future. Now not being with the person, it's not so clear anymore.
Now, Johnny, what'd you say when I said, what's your vision of a perfect woman? You gotta pass the mic back over to him.
I mean,
I mean, you're 16, so
yeah, I don't know how well this is gonna sound. They gotta have certain qualities. I feel like loyalty is a big one, trust another, and of course love. That's like the three-legged stool. And if you don't have that, I mean, if you don't have that, I mean, what the fuck do you really have? I mean, to be honest with you, if you can't trust her, if you can't,
Love her.
if you can't love her, I mean, why the hell are you even with her?
That's huge at 16. Yeah. That's huge at 16. And it's just don't lose that frame of mind.
Even bigger at 26.
I hope so. I hope my
When
my
you get burned, you take it as a lesson and you go back to
Lesson of what didn't work.
cry a little bit and then hop back to it.
Exactly.
I think you should watch your brother and see what your brother does, because I think you both have the same values.
Well, he doesn't have the best track record. I don't know.
It's trial by error. Okay. You don't know what you're looking for until you find it.
Right.
I've
Well,
experienced-
find out what
I've
Right.
experienced your romantic skill firsthand, so I don't know.
He has lived through it.
He's
Ah.
lived through it.
Landing him's not a
Brother is
problem.
dude.
It's
You know, because you're cute and you're adorable. Wanting to keep
I don't know about
it's
that
actually
one either.
getting
I
what
mean,
you
this is
want
a
to get.
podcast, you can't really see his
And
face.
also,
No.
the energy that you put out, you shouldn't be getting any less in return. That's something that I found to be one of the biggest problems in my last relationship.
About the return of
You
the
put
energy.
you put all the energy out to make somebody feel good about themselves or do good at work the next day, make sure like they're happy and shit, but then you don't get it back. That's the worst. That's the absolute worst. If you're not getting the energy back that you put out, that shit's over before it starts.
you know, he is a cute.
Now let's move over to Donna, and she's gonna explain what her perfect man is.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, so I'm Donna. I'm 45. I'm like literally old enough to be both their mothers, but I appreciate their viewpoints. I do. I have nephews who are similar ages.
on this topic.
Their views. I have one who's a man whore, and one who's afraid of women.
Clapping at that, you're mean.
There's nothing wrong with
He
living
would.
in the moment.
I take that back. He used to be a man whore when he was a teenager. I encouraged it. It's fine. And then I have the other ones that are afraid of either sex. They hate people. My personal dating viewpoint is I've done the long-term relationships. I've done the hookups. And I'm really kind of okay in my 40s by myself. I like my friends. I like my alone time. I love my Kindle. I love my Netflix. I can go to the beach, but I can do anything by myself. So at this point in time in my life, like years ago, I would have loved that person who met everything that I wanted them to meet. But I don't think I ever like attained that despite my long-term relationships. So I am comfortable in myself. I go to concerts by myself. I can go to bars by myself. I'm not crazy about going out to dinner by myself, but I'll do it.
Yes,
Just sit at the bar, and I kind of have a personality that I will go out and I will meet
Yes.
people
Randomly.
randomly, and I
yeah.
talk and have a great time, and I can go home with people or not go home with people. But I have a great time by myself, and I don't think I was really comfortable with that until I was in my mid-30s.
Comfortable being by yourself.
Comfortable
and
being
not
out by
searching.
myself
Got it.
and not searching. So before that, I had friends who would join me for my random joints. But at 30,
Events.
Meeting places, not joints.
not joints, not like, yeah, like journeys.
Sometimes joints.
So I would like be calling people, and I work at a weird schedule. So I would be calling people, and I'd be like, "Oh, do you want to go out? Do you want to go hang out?" And they'd be like, "Oh no, I'm going out to watch Netflix with my boyfriend." And I was like, "Okay, I don't have a boyfriend, and I want to go out." So it took me a long time to be comfortable going to bars and concerts by myself, but I got sick of wanting one of my friends to be like, "Oh yeah, I'll go with you."
Yeah.
I'm waiting for people to say I want to do an event and I was upset with myself for missing things. So
Yeah.
I started doing things on my own, and I think it just opened up a whole new world.
Where you don't need other people to entertain yourself.
I don't need other people to entertain myself, and
You
I
found your own like sense of entertainment.
I did. Like this year on my birthday, it was full COVID. Nobody was going out, and my birthday is right after New Year's.
Oh, is it?
It's
Are you a
January 9th.
Capricorn?
I'm a Capricorn. It's January 9th. It's always the weekend after New Year's.
Okay.
Always. Like, so nobody wants to go out. Nobody wants to do anything. This year, like, I've done this before, but this year I was like, woke up the morning of my birthday. I was like, oh, let's look at hotels on the Jersey Shore. I went to the Asbury. I had the greatest time. It's beautiful. Nice hotel. It's hooked up to a bowling alley. I went to the bowling alley. I met people. I was watching a playoff game.
Yeah.
It was a Saturday night. I was watching a football playoff game. Met people that were like cheering for the other team. We ended up hanging out all night. But 10 years ago, I would not have done that on my own.
Oh wow.
And I've gone through the long-term dating situations. I've gone through the single situation. I've gone through the situations with all my friends getting married and having children, and nobody wanting to come out with me because of family situations. But I was upset with myself for missing things. So I started doing things on my own. So I go to concerts on my own. I go to bars on my own. I make friends everywhere I go. I'll give you a perfect example. A couple of years ago, I went to Willie Nelson, the Abbott Brothers. PNC. It was a Friday night. I was so late. I got there at like 6:30. And the concert started at like 6.
Oh shit.
But I just wanted to sit outside my car in my chair and just chill for like half an hour before I went
Oh
in.
shit. I've never.
Because I just wanted to like have a drink and like I was in traffic for like 2 hours. It was
Oh,
a
wow.
Friday in the summer. It was like September, like Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
It was a nightmare. And I ended up talking to random people that I'd never met before. And I work in Sleepy Hollow. One of these people came from Poland and ended up living in Ossining. And we just ended up randomly talking. She's like, when I came from Poland, I came to Ossining, New York. I was like, what? That's like 2 miles away.
Yeah.
I was like, that's crazy. And that was probably 5 years ago, and we're still friends, Facebook, and texting each other. She just texted me last night. She's like, I saw that you just told me that you have Jason Aldean tickets by yourself next
That's
week.
the country singer, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like, I'm going to try and get tickets to come and join you. I met her in a parking lot at PNC because I did something by myself.
Oh no shit. So that as a result of you opting to do the chill before you went in,
Right.
you met somebody new that was like connected.
Right.
Same kind.
And I've done that various times through the years. Like the first couple of times I did, I was very anxious. But I decided I want to do things for myself.
Yeah.
I want to go to concerts. I have no problem going to concerts.
That's what I always say.
And
You're
I
not
get
going to stop living because there's no one to do anything with. I learned that like you
yeah.
before I left for California. I did the same thing. Went to concerts, joined a bowling league. Really wasn't dating, met people. Some nights were better than others. You met more people. I took myself to
I'm
City
not always
Island
comfortable.
for my birthday. Sat
Yeah.
there, ate, told the bartender before you knew it. I had a shot with everybody there. It was great. Things happened. Then I dipped to California. But now being 52, I mean, I've always been looking for my best friend in a male
Right.
form.
Me too.
Haven't found him yet.
She's got the pals in a female form. She just needs.
Right,
to
I want it in a male form, and I want
Yep.
something trusting and just truthful, and
Right.
do a lot of things together. What's yours is yours. What's mine is mine. You can touch my titty. It's okay.
You have a great bra, by the way.
Thank you. This one is excellent.
Wait,
Yeah.
she don't have the chicken cutlets in that one.
We'll tell you the chicken cutlet story later. So, if I could meet that, fine. And trip, travel, and enjoy. And whatever you do, you do. It's up to the two individuals, whether you want to live together, get married, and that's okay if I don't. You stay there, I stay here, that's great. But it's very hard to find these days.
So do you boys think that's a way different outlook than what you were talking about earlier?
Well, yeah, you've got to remember, you have your 20s, your 30s,
Yeah.
your 40s, your 50s.
Right.
They're young enough, they might think about
And
marriage.
we have all
getting
that
married.
here.
Yeah.
I've been
the
there,
whole
done that.
spectrum's
Right,
here.
we got a whole circle of different age groups. Been there, done that. Did the alone
Right,
thing.
exactly.
Found it. I'm gonna go on my own. I've been to PNC and Jones Beach by myself. to
Yeah,
see
me
concerts.
too.
And I'm not gonna stop living because there's no one to do anything with. sometimes, like I said, it's better
You
than
want
unless
it.
you meet a lot of people. Yeah. And sometimes, now that I'm a little older, sometimes I don't feel like going as much. Like, fuck it. But I'm going because that's
Right.
the only way you're going to meet people.
You really can't.
The online thing doesn't go well.
We were talking
most
about
of the
going
time.
golfing because that might be a cool way to meet some guys.
Yeah, do it.
You really
Do
can't.
it.
You really
I'm
can't
going back
avoid it.
tomorrow to find the bowling alley here, so in the fall I can join the team again.
I-
When I did it, I went into the bowling alley and said, "Hey, does anybody need a member?" There was a team that needed a player. I bowled with these 3 guys for 3 years. Had a great time with them.
Great
Then I tore
friends.
my knee. Yeah.
Yeah.
John said something interesting. He said you can't really, but that's you implementing your theory.
Right.
Like you can't decide to go through life hoping that you're gonna.
Too short. So you
I
gotta
don't-
do it.
whether or not you're gonna find somebody,
Oopsie
but
on the podcast.
there's difference between what you're saying. You can't live your life
Waiting for someone
waiting
else.
for someone.
No.
But
'Cause
then you go through life and everybody spreads out. Like all your friends spread out and do different things, and then you get to a point where okay, I don't have that same group because they've all went off and they got married and they did
And
different
then there's
things.
a very
Now I'm by
big different
myself.
age difference between 16, 45, and 50. 50,
What are you saying? You feel left out or something?
No,
not
we've been
feel
here,
left
that
out.
things didn't work out. Now
It didn't
we're
work
on
out.
our own. And to meet somebody now at my age is tough. It really is. Because anybody my age is going for somebody younger. And it's just different. It's very different. And now that everything is online and everything is so different, when I was your age, I never had a problem having a boyfriend or a date. I was out all the time. It was different back then. Now it's, I really can't find anybody on the outside.
There's a big, huge difference between 17, 16.
Oh yeah,
and 52.
I've lived my life. I did everything. You're going to do everything we did. Work, get your career, go out and party, travel, meet people, have great stories. That's up and coming for you. I'm still making great stories, but
Yeah, but there's going to be a point where the people. There's going to be a point where,
Make it
from the
easier.
point of 16, where you have a group of friends, they disappear. They all get married. They go do stuff.
Or the alternative
And
you'll be.
Oh,
lucky-
yeah,
you'll be-
there's another
no,
element,
You'll be
yeah.
lucky enough to have 2 real friends that you've known for a long time that you can really trust and count on. Because even the years through me, all the girlfriends I had, this and that, none of them but one and her husband, Michelle and David, the last 2 of the Mohegans that I always know I could count on, are there. Donna, I just met. Me and Leslie became good friends, and Tara. But all those other girls dipped out. Whether they got married, remarried, had more kids, have a boyfriend, and they all just go somewhere else.
yeah,
Girls don't. I don't think women stick together as
No,
much as
they
men the
don't,
way they
and
should.
that's the problem.
I don't think they don't mean it purposely, but they
not
need to
at
have
all.
more camaraderie for each other and stick together and do things. Because even when my son was small, I was the youngest out of the group, and those ladies didn't really take me in and invite me to stuff with their kids. And plus, my son was a pain in the ass. It was like, oh, Jimmy was the outcast, so that didn't help either. But fuck them.
I've gone through various stages of female friendship in my life. And I have a very rare thing that I am still very good friends with somebody that I was introduced to at 3 years old. And I'm the youngest 4 kids. That family took me on, they adopted me, and we're sisters for life. And we spent all of our 20s and all of our 30s together, as well as our teenage years.
Did she get married?
They're all married except for me.
So you're still good friends with her.
I'm
but
still
your
very
lives
good
are
friends
just
with them.
different.
Our lives are different. They all have kids and husbands and
And as you get older, you don't do as much crazy shit. You still
right.
go out.
I do a lot of crazy shit because I'm single and I do stuff. But I am very fortunate, I'm not gonna lie, that those people are still in my life 30 years later.
Yeah, I have one group that's like that with
Yeah.
Michelle and Dave.
So
Her mom
I
and
don't
dad,
really
and
hang
her
out with them
dad.
very often, but they're my girls, they're my family. We talk to each other once or twice a month.
You have that thing like, if you didn't talk to them for 3 months, you could call up and it'd be no problem. Like
No
you-
problem.
Like you were just there
Absolutely.
yesterday.
Yeah, no
And
problem.
I got that, and you got that. I got that.
And
with
then
one
I have
person.
my girls that I hang out with.
Like say long term.
Yeah.
Long term.
there's different.
And there's
between
few.
the people you meet
Yeah.
at different
There's
stages.
different people that you meet at different stages in your life, and you have to acknowledge that. You can't
Right.
be resentful because
Like,
you're
all
not
those people you
BFFs
met out in the
anymore.
bar
Yeah,
15 years
all
ago,
those people you
don't
met in
know
the
them
bar.
now. They were good for
You
the
don't know.
bars.
Yeah, they were good for
They
a
were
time.
bars. That's all they were there for.
They
was
weren't
partying.
good
They weren't
forever.
friends.
They were
for
good
that
for a
moment.
time.
Right.
In that moment in time, they meant something in your life.
Exactly.
But they're not the people that are gonna
Exactly.
continue and stick with you for
Right.
the rest of your
But
life.
you gotta remember, you meet friends and you meet acquaintances.
Yeah.
And you meet more acquaintances than you do friends.
Right.
So all those people
And
that
it's
you walk in the bar
very
and
rare that people have friendships that last 30, 40 years. It's a good, normal 10-year span because people's lives change. Your situations change. But you're a grateful human being if you have
say, yep, very grateful.
those people. Like, I feel like Leslie and Melissa are those people to each other.
Right, we became good
Their
friends.
lives vary and they
Last
come
10
back
years.
and they're like a river. They like flow and then they go away and they come
I
back.
had my
they go
moments
away.
when I was raising Johnny where we would connect, and then she would go out and do her thing,
Right.
and then we would reconnect. I had to deal with my family, so obviously we all have an understanding that
Right, we have
your
lives.
your
Shit
family,
I mean,
your
your
family.
sons call her Auntie Melissa.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, she's
So
the
whether
fam.
or not you spoke to each
Do
other
you?
last month, or
She's
yeah,
like,
they
No,
did.
no, they
When we were outside, they did.
Yeah, they basically do. Like Jimmy, which is Melissa's son, he calls me Aunt Leslie. He referenced it one time. He was like, "Oh, Aunt Leslie's gonna come and go and swim in my fucking pool," and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, Aunt Leslie's out in my damn pool." I would,
I'm
Best friends,
so not
kids
the
call me Auntie
sentimental
Donna.
yeah, yeah.
Which my niece and my nephew call me Aunt Donna, but my best friend's kids call me Auntie Donna. We have not been like not friends since I was 17. She was 18 years old, but like Leslie's kids grew up with you.
Yeah,
Your
ever
kid
since.
grew up with Leslie, like
Yeah, Johnny
you've been
was
friends
like
a lot.
what,
Johnny,
a toddler.
John and Tom were smaller.
Yeah,
Jimmy
Johnny was a
little
toddler.
bigger. Yeah, John was a toddler when I met him.
Yeah.
Like my friend Michelle, Brendan's what, 23, I guess? I was there for his birth, his baptism, all of it, and all her two kids behind it, and we went to high school together. And Michelle will tell you a funny story on how we met and became good friends. Should I tell it? I should get Michelle to tell it. We were in high school and I was walking up the steps, and she was behind me. Now I knew her from the neighborhood, but just hi, bye.
Let's do a little preference there. The big public school in Yonkers.
Yeah, the big shithole in Yonkers. I'm
There's
going
like
up the
three.
steps.
There's like 8,000 kids there.
Oh, there was a lot of kids. It was just a public school. So I'm going up the steps, and I farted right in her face. And I turned around, and I was like, oops.
And that's how
she-
you met.
And she laughed, and we've been like sisters ever since.
And you
how it
have
started.
those people in your life that are going to
Yeah.
be there when you're eating in a
All the
wheelchair.
kids know I fart like an animal.
Yeah.
I fart for them. They don't care. We lit it on fire. We have a great time with those.
So you have those people who are going to be in your life for the rest of your life, no
Exactly.
matter your
And
situation.
she will be.
And then you have people who are in your life for a time
Those
that
are-
were
yes.
meant to be there for
that
that
time.
time. And then you move on. And
And like I said, I'm grateful that I met Leslie later in life and have another good friend. Tara's the same way. I mean, I could call Tara New Year's if I was in California and she'd pick up and it's like talking like I
Yeah.
just saw her yesterday. And that's how friendships.
And our other
real
friend,
friendships
Fran.
are made. And Fran.
Yeah. So we'll all not talk to each other for a period of time.
Yeah, and I only
And
went
then we're,
back to her, and
yeah,
She had me over, her and her husband, very nice. you know, good
absolutely, in the
people.
Poconos. Believe it or not, Tara is how she and I connected.
Yes.
So I didn't meet her directly. I met
Met through
Tara.
Tara.
Tara was on the job. I was up on a damn scissor lift. And then Tara was down. She was my apprentice. And she was down on the ground as my ground person. And she was just like, I got a confession to make. I like women. I'm like, okay, that's great. Now give me another piece of cable tray and some hardware, and then let's
I'm
keep it
totally
moving.
fine with that.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. Just give me the damn material. You're not shaking the ground, with me.
Rare, two women on talk.
Yeah. So yeah, I was just like, hand me the shit and let's keep it moving. We were sitting at shit. How many years ago was that? 16 years. John was little. John was like a toddler.
Yeah, he was about 3.
We all connected, and that was at some bar. It was like an outside shit. It was in Mayapack, right on the water. We all like sat there.
Okay.
Yeah, it was in Mayapack, and then she's sitting there. I remember her like looking at me like, "Who's this chick?" Yeah.
Yeah. Not yet.
Yeah.
We're doing a podcast.
So, yeah,
edit it
so,
out.
We have to post the
especially
podcast
as
with
females,
Joe
I
and
don't
Kate.
know if you guys experience this as males. You're a little older, you're younger, you're still in high school, so your friends are in the same circumstances, same world that you are. You're 26. Your friends have all graduated college. If they went to college, they're on their jobs, their own lives. It's different for boys, but girls rarely meet somebody in their life, another female, like a friend, who's going to change their lives. And you don't realize at the moment, but you look back and you have these moments, and you have these moments of friendship that profound is going to change your life, and you don't realize at that moment.
At the time, yeah.
Boys are different.
I think men have that in boys like that too.
No, they do. I think they do.
They do.
I mean,
tell
Do you have those people who
You
are...
and Javi, when you were a kid, what you used to do? You used to go hang out at his house.
I mean, me and Javi really, like, I went to a different school halfway through, or in middle school, halfway through 5th grade.
That's hard.
He was in special ed.
Thanks, Mom.
You're
So,
welcome. You're welcome.
so,
I mean,
so
I'm sorry.
halfway,
there's like 9 other reasons behind that.
No, it was like
yeah,
special
I'm
education
fucking
versus
around.
like normal education. Because
Well,
you have
look, they
an
put most
IEP.
of us in special
You just
education.
need a little help, extra help.
I was a wild boy.
Not he wasn't because he was a retard. He was very smart.
I was a wild boy.
Which
Yeah,
is
you-
totally
But-
fine.
Me and Javi,
I can see it in your eyes. The wildness.
He was.
me,
I didn't love myself.
I met Javi the first day going to that middle school at the bus stop. He lived right down the road from me, and basically, like, from then on, like, we would just see each other every morning, and David too, but he was a grade older. Then we started
So
playing
how do you-
football.
Interact with Javi now.
We don't
We're in
talk.
middle school, so that was 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah, we don't really talk nearly as much as we used to. Like, we
He's
kind of
still a
got,
good boy.
yeah, like, if we
Call
talk to
him
each other, like
3
you
in
were
the
saying,
morning and you said you needed him.
yeah, it would be like we just talked to each other yesterday. Like you guys were saying.
And then what you gotta remember too, that that's
So it's
the
a
person-
rare moment that you meet people like that.
Right. And
Yeah,
then what
for
you
sure.
gotta remember too is every once in a while it's a good thing just to drop that person a call, hey, how are you? Whether you're in a relationship or you're not in a relationship, and make plans with your friends and
Yeah.
do things.
Right.
Like if you talk to them during the week, say, hey, look, come to say January, let's go skiing or let's do this, and book it now and go.
Yeah.
So when you guys do meet ladies or get married and do that, you have that 1-2 trips a year and you go.
So I do want you to encourage that relationship that you just said with Javi. He's one of those people who meant something to you, even if you didn't know it back then, but you just said you brought him
Yeah,
up.
since they were
Middle
kids.
school.
Take it a lesson
Right.
from some of us. Don't let everything else get in
Don't
the
let it
way.
go get in
Once
the
a
way,
year,
yeah.
you guys gotta either do a
Just-
dinner or twice or do a trip. In
You
the
all
winter,
live different
skiing,
lives.
snowboarding,
But
whatever it is
he
you like to
was
do.
important in your younger years, and you're still in touch.
I'll tell you what not to do.
Continue the
Every couple
memories.
months,
Always
be
go.
like, hey
Yeah,
dude,
go.
how you doing?
Don't. Always have your friends.
You want to meet up in a bar? And he's going to be one of those people who are going to sustain
They'll
you.
show up. Yeah.
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 And you're going to meet, you're going to go through a phase in your life, and you're going to meet a lot of different various people. And some of them will be good, some of them will be bad. You brought his name up.
Right.
You escalated that. So he's one of those people who's always going to be there. You can call him from an airport.
You got to nurture the relationship
Yeah.
and do not allow someone else to cause
Which-
such a huge gap between communication.
Which is as adults we tend to do.
Yeah.
We do. We do.
Yeah, because you allow the person that you're hanging out to take the front seat and you go, fuck everybody else. Not fuck everybody else, but that's what you end up doing.
It happens.
And
Yeah.
I don't want you to think that we're like lecturing you because you're
No.
26.
No.
No, not at all.
We're
But
just
that's what
giving
happens.
you our words of advice.
Stuff
we
just
make
happens.
mistakes in our friendships and our relationships.
Absolutely.
I definitely have. In friendships, definitely. Relationships, romantic relationships, I definitely have. So, like, I am not a preacher. I just want to say, like, acknowledge your relationships. Like, acknowledge your friendships. Both of you. Acknowledge your friendships.
Right.
Friendships more than anything else. Like,
Yeah.
relationships will come and go, but those people
Yeah.
that you momentarily meet and then become part of your life, make them part of your life. Yes,
Integrate everybody.
yeah. Everyone goes in different directions and everyone goes in different ways. But notice those people who make a moment in your life. And you don't realize you're in the moment when you're in the moment. But later on,
You will.
a week or two later, you realize that
Yeah.
moment.
Could be years later.
A couple of years later,
Why did I allow that to like
Yeah.
go by? Because time goes by.
I'm telling you, as a person who's done it
But you
on
might
both
some-
sides.
You're probably going to meet some good close friends
Yeah.
in your job and your field too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you're going to work with for a long time and become very close with, like a brother. Like when they retire, you'll still hang out with them.
Yeah.
Well, that's coming too. So
And you'll
be ready.
and you're 26, so you'll be in that professional situation when you're at somebody that you work with, kids christening.
Yes, you know what I'm saying, and you're going to find that too. So whoever you meet, don't lose those contacts.
No.
Bring them along. Or
And
have your things
people
to do.
come in and out of your lives
They're all meant to.
Yeah.
meant to come in for a reason.
Reason, season,
Absolutely.
or lifetime.
Yep.
Reason,
Or
season,
lesson.
lifetime. Or a lesson.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. And there'll be people that you like became friends with, and then you're like, they're a fucking douchebag.
Yeah.
And you learn that lesson. You're like, oh, I should have known the
Don't do
signs.
anything you don't want to do, and
But
don't tease others. Don't be a
Those
people
people who
pleaser.
connect to your heart, like,
Don't want to do it. Just
love
don't.
it.
Don't be a people pleaser.
are people who are
Gotta
gonna
work both ways.
circulate in and out of your
On
life
one
for
way
the rest of your
street.
life, and just have a memory of that in the back of your mind. And there's certain people in your life that the first time you meet them, you're not gonna think it's spectacular, but a year later, you're like, oh my god, this was so inspiring. Like, I've had all those range of friendships, and I'm one of those special people in the world that I'm still really good friends with the person that I met when I was 3 years old. I'm one of those rare people. Most people don't have that.
Johnny, do you have a friend that you
He's
would say
16.
that you would feel that would carry you the distance? So you're thinking about the pre-states. We're all thinking about friends that we have that we've held the distance in
Right.
different stages in life. Do you have somebody that you feel like could go the distance?
Say what you said. Who would you
I mean,
consider
you're 16, you know.
Who would you consider your best friend right now?
That you feel, yeah, besides your brother.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he's not even in the running. But
Which is totally fine. Which is
Um,
literally,
It's all
fine.
lies. It's all lies.
I know.
His
I know it's
brother's,
lies, but like,
his brother's his
I-
main bitch.
I'm 26.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
They're
now
very
listen,
different views from
different
life.
ages, but
Yeah.
these two, I think it's these.
These two
Yeah.
You
are
want to know about something rare and grateful
Yeah.
for?
Yeah.
These two. They're
Absolutely. Like, I
You
get
don't
it.
find that much.
super close, these two.
I get it. My sisters are way older than me. I get it.
Go ahead, John.
what was the question?
Who do you feel? Yeah,
You could
I
put
know
somebody
Tyler.
in
I know
your
about
life
Tyler.
Right now, who's gonna be by your side when you're
Who would
30,
you consider
40?
your best friend right now?
I mean Tyler. Yeah.
There you go. Very simple.
Tell me
I-
why Tyler's your best friend.
Don't
Why?
get so technical with 16-year-olds. Just
Well, I mean, there's not many reasons. I don't have many friends to begin with. It's usually by myself. But he's
Why do you
usually-
feel like you don't have very many friends?
I just don't. I don't know too many people. You know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
do not allow yourself to know too many people, or you don't want to know too many people?
it just doesn't happen. I kind of
Why
just.
does it not happen? You have to allow it.
well, people have different personalities, and if he's
No,
not
hey,
quiet on
Do you
that
not
side-
like people?
No, he does like
He's
people.
reserved.
It's not in John's personality to be
No,
that big social
I'm asking
butterfly.
John.
That's yeah. That's
I'm
exactly.
not asking his
Yep.
mother. I'm not
Yep.
asking his aunt.
Agreed.
I just, you know.
Why do you feel that? I'm curious.
I don't really talk to many people. I don't know too many people.
Which is fine.
Why?
I don't.
It's personality.
I don't know why. It just doesn't happen.
It's your personality.
It's not in the cards for me.
Not that it's not in the cards.
I've never asked myself that question. I've never,
That's important to ask yourself.
looked deeper into it.
You okay with it?
Yeah, I'm fine with
Then
it.
that's fine. You don't have to ask yourself anything.
My question in you being a 16-year-old kid in high school, do you have a friend, one, Tyler, that you feel like had things going off the rail, that you can be like, hey, dude, what's up?
What, that he'd be there for me? I feel
Yeah.
like it would depend on what it is.
He's had to steer his friend back on course a couple times.
Well, I haven't done anything. He's all the
So what it
progress.
sounds like, John's being
don't-
more the good Samaritan. And
Right,
and-
it does.
right?
Well, that's how his mother views me.
And you feel like she's wrong?
No.
I guess I'm more of the innocent child. He didn't grow up, all fucking up in the suburban life.
Where did he grow up?
Was it Salt Lake City, Florida, around the rough area around Florida,
Okay.
near the Miami area, I think. He's told me some stories. He's witnessed some pretty heinous things. A lot of violence, a lot of gang life.
I mean, he's been going to high school with you for how many years, so he hasn't seen all this
Well,
crazy
he's sort of
shit.
a young kid, so.
He's a young kid, so he's gonna see stuff the way he's gonna
Well,
see
he
it.
moved, what, 7th grade, I think? I didn't really meet him until freshman year, really. I mean, I saw him in the halls and nothing, but we never started talking until, he became my plug and sold me meth accidentally.
Really.
And we've been best friends ever since.
His brother looks at him like he wants to kill him.
Let's talk
How
about
did he
that.
become your partner?
He became the plug. I don't know if you understand that term.
I don't.
But he basically sold me pills. That's what he did.
Wait,
Okay, so
I'm
where's
gonna
the
have to
meth?
At 14?
It was a white powdered pill.
So just some laxatives?
No, it wasn't laxatives.
Just say laxatives.
Oh yeah, laxatives.
So now we're gonna go into a whole different topic.
There's probably less.
Oh yeah, laxatives. Because
feels like
laxatives,
the power of editing.
because laxatives makes your whole entire body itch, right?
So tell me why you became
Wait.
friends. You're the young and
We
Tell me
just
why
I don't know.
What was it about him that drew you to him?
Uh,
Besides meth.
I don't know.
You're supposed to say laxative.
We
Besides laxative.
yeah, laxatives. Anyways,
I really want him to be honest right now.
No,
I
because
mean-
I'm gonna have to edit this shit.
yeah, I'm gonna get to it. So he sold me a pill that was and just fucking skips over it.
So how? So you met
2
him.
years later, you were 14 when you had this interaction. You're 16 now. Why do you think he's your best friend?
I don't know. It's been there through that I've been constantly talking to all this time. I don't have any explanation for it. I just know that's what happened.
Maybe they became friends is because the kid interacted with John first. John's not going to make the first move becoming a friend.
I don't actually remember how it happened.
No, but I think like John's standpoint is he was there for a random stranger, and they
I
became
think-
friends.
Well, it was at this point I decided to get rid of the rest of the conversation on that topic of John's activities at school and his friends and their activities at school. So in an effort to protect everyone, including my son, I got rid of it. I'm sure you understand. At first we think he's joking around about it, but you never know. So to be on the safe side, I got rid of it. On another note, I find it interesting that both of my sons have just as small of a circle of friends in their current stages in life as well as mine. We all shared the exact small circle when we were all in high school at different ages, obviously. I had one good friend in middle school. Shout out to Mandy, who's a new grandma, relatively new, out in Oregon. My one good friend out in Oregon as well when we went to high school. That was Amy. Shout out to you, girl. Other than that, today I have a very small circle of close friends. It would be Melissa and Tara. My main bitches. I have love for my buddies that are like brothers to me. You have Donnie, Frankie, Anthony, some other really good people that I don't have a whole list to name, but they've all had an impact in my life, and they are highly appreciated. Other than that, everyone else is acquaintances, or people that you connect with here and there. And I totally value that, but I have those certain people that you could call in the middle of the night when you're in need, and that would be those two, Tara and Melissa. When you have a small circle of good people, that's all you need. So, I'm wrapping up this episode. So if you're still interested in hearing the discussion, check out Part B. This wraps up Part A, Sunday Funday with friends and family. Now, if you're interested in hearing another part of the conversation, head back into the podcast platform of your choice and look for Part B, Sunday Funday with friends and family. For more information, head over to my website at www.constructiontales.com. I thank you for making it to this point and listening. You're highly appreciated. I wish you a great day. This wraps up another episode on the Verbally Disastrous podcast that can be found on Spotify, SoundCloud, and YouTube. For more information, head over to www.constructiontales.com. Thank you for listening, and have a great one.